Okay, I want to talk about the pentagram. The pentagram is a five-pointed star. A pentacle is usually a pentagram within a circle or some other type of star or polygon. Now, the pentagram is an ancient symbol that's unfortunately been vilified due to the Inquisition, but it has some very deep meaning. It's ancient, and right now it's used for a representation of paganism and Wicca. And a pointed up star is representative of spirit, water, fire, earth, and air. If that star is inverted, it means something completely different. Now, some of the information from Diodorus Siculus gives us an idea of what this pentagram meant to the ancient people. And I'm going to read a little bit from volume 1. Okay, let's get to that. In volume 1, pages 41 through 45, each of these parts they regard as a god, and to each of them the first men in Egypt to use articulate speech gave a distinct name appropriate to its nature. Now the spirit they called, as we translate this expression, Zeus. And since he was the source of the spirit of life in animals, they considered him to be, in a sense, the father of all things. And they say that the most renowned of the Greek poets also agrees with this when he speaks of his God as the father of men and of the gods. The fire they called Hephaestus, as it translated, holding him to be a great god and one who contributes much both to the birth and full development of all things. The earth again they looked upon as a kind of vessel which holds all growing things, and so gave it the name Mother. And in like manner the Greeks also call it Demeter, the word having been slightly changed in the course of time. For in olden times they called her Gi Mater, or Earth Mother, to which Orpheus bears witness when he speaks of Earth, the mother of all, Demeter, giver of wealth. And the wet, according to them, was called by the men of old Oceane, which, when translated, means fostering mother. Though some of the Greeks have taken it to be Oceanus, in connection with whom the post also speaks of, Oceanus, source of gods, and mother Tethys. For the Egyptians consider Oceanus to be their river Nile, of which also their gods were born, since they say Egypt is the only country in the whole inhabited world where there are many cities which were founded by the first gods, such as Zeus, Helios, Hermes, Apollo, Pan, Eleothelia, and many more. The air, they say, they called Athena, as the name is translated, and they considered her to be the daughter of Zeus, and conceived of her as a virgin, because of the fact that the air is by its nature uncorrupted and occupies the highest part of the entire universe. For the latter reason, also the myth arose that she was born from the head of Zeus. Another name given her was Tritogenia, thrice born, because her nature changes 3 times in the course of the year, in the spring, summer, and winter. They add that she is also glaucopis, blue-eyed, not because she has blue eyes, as some Greeks have held a silly explanation indeed, but because the air has a bluish cast. These 5 deities, they say, visit all the inhabited world, revealing themselves to men in the form of sacred animals, and at times even appearing in the guise of men or in other shapes. Nor is this a fabulous thing, but possible, if these are in very truth the gods who give life to all things. And also the poet who visited Egypt and became acquainted with such accounts as these from the lips of the priest, in some place in his writing, sets forth as actual fact that has been said. The gods in strangers' form from alien lands frequent the cities of men in every guise, observing their insolence and lawful ways. Now, I just want to say that this pentagram, labeled Tetragrammaton, is from the occultist and magician Eliphas Levi, and he considered it to be a symbol of the microcosm or a human. But you can see the various, symbols on here, male and female, the caduceus, and again, the male and female, as well as some other symbols, the moon and like a Saturn type symbol. And some letters in the eyes. I think this is just these ancient crownides, and this is how they represent it. Now, I just want to point out there's a coin that's sold to coin collectors. And it's an ancient coin from ancient Greece, the Greek city of Pitan in Mysia, from 400 BC. And on one side it has Zeus Ammon. See, that there again is another name for Zeus. And on the other side is a pentagram. So there was a different god named Ammon in Egypt. I talked about that in another video that got in a war with Cronus. But Ammon is a different, Zeus Ammon is Zeus. It's just a different name. Again, the mythological unification theory. But here that you can see that that pentagram was associated with Zeus. And it was Pythagorean philosophy as well. And this Pitane was a city near Kandarli, Turkey. It was an ancient Greek town in Asia Minor. So Zeus Ammon, it's just a different name for Zeus or Jupiter. Okay, so there shows you the association with the pentagram. And then I'm showing you a picture of John Dee's seal of God's truth. And it's a pentagram within a 7-pointed star. And that's what he used to do his magic. Called it a shoe stone for scrying. Luciferianism or Satanism, it means something else. It doesn't have anything to do with Zeus. It's probably more Promethean. And you can see that the Freemasonic Eastern Star flips it upside down. Now, what's interesting in one of my family crests, it had 3 pentagrams years ago, and now they're putting hexagrams in it. I kind of find that irritating because, not only are we having a problem with the history being hidden, basically, if you're lucky enough to stumble on this, you'll know the truth, when this really should all be taught in the schools. But there's a replacement of ancient symbols and how they were used with some of this new stuff, and a destruction and hiding of some of the ancient artifacts that give you a better idea of the view and how things were looked upon. And that's kind of being messed with, even in something as simple as a family crest. So, through education and studying, this can be undone. But, sooner or later, there's going to have to be an answer to all of this and the people responsible. So that's it on my talk on the pentagram. Thank you.